Hi, I'd like to take just a quick second and talk about Google Forms. Google Forms are a great way to develop surveys, do bell ringers in your class, or even give out quick quizzes. Now, to do a Google form, you're going to need to log in to your Westside Google account, and you can always check our Area 66 webpage for information how to log into your Westside Google. But once you're logged in, you're going to come over to the left-hand side here. You're going to click Create and go down to Form. When you click a form, it'll ask you for a title, so maybe I'll do bell ringer period 5. You can choose different themes, so maybe I'll go with this gray theme, and then click OK. It'll take you to where you're going to build the page. Now, if you scroll up, notice that there's some settings. This first one requires Westside Community Schools login to view the form. That's going to force all the students or anybody you send this link to go in and log in with their Westside credentials. That might be nice, but for my cases, I'm going to uncheck that so that I can have anybody take this form. Now, I can do my questions. So the first one I might do is, what is your name? And in this case, I probably don't want it to be multiple choice. I'm going to change it to text. I'm going to click Done. Now I can come down and add another question, so maybe I'll do a multiple choice one, and I'll go, when was the War of 1812? And then my choices, I'll go 1812, 1800, 1945, and 1776. Then I'll click Done. Maybe I want to try a choose from a list question. And I go, who was the first president of the US? And I'll go Lincoln, Washington, Adams, and we'll go Jefferson. And I'll click Done. Now you can add as many more questions as you would like. You can even add images, you can do videos inside of these, but I'm just going to stick with these three. Scrolling down, I can see where it says show link to submit another response. If I'm giving this to kids, I probably just want them to take it one time, so I'm going to uncheck that. Now to actually send this to students, you might click this button down here. I find that to be a little bit troublesome. Instead, what I like to do is come up here and click this button where it says view live form. When I click that, this is going to take me to my live form. The address here is what I can send out to students. So if you send it over email, post it on Blackboard, put it on your web page, you can just send them this link. If you want to write it on the board, I would not try to write this all out. Instead, I would use a URL shortener such as tinyurl or goo.gl, and then you can shorten that up. So once you send that to students, you want to see what they did. Now there's a button here that says View Responses. And if I click that, it's going to take me to a spreadsheet. And this spreadsheet is where all the responses are going to be put. If you ever close out of your Windows, if you look back at your drive, and I just click the tab to take me to the Google Drive, I can see here that this is my form, bell ringer period 5, and here is my responses file for bell ringer period 5. So I'm going to go back up here to the live form and fill it out. So my name is John Smith. The War of 1812 was in 1812, and the first president of the US was Washington. I hit submit, and then it'll go ahead, and this is saving it back into that spreadsheet. And once it submits here, it'll say your response has been recorded. Now, if I come over here to my responses file with any luck, there it is. I have a timestamp of when it was taken. I have the name of the student and when it was. So once I have all of my students take this, I can really quickly look down a list and see who's getting it and who's not getting it. I can even come up here to the Forms tab and go to Show Summary of Responses. Once I click that, it'll even generate a graph for me. So if this is a bell ringer or maybe it's an exit slip type activity, I can really quickly at a glance look and see is the class getting it or not and make any changes accordingly. In future episodes, I'm going to go over how you can automate the grading of this form and get individual feedback for students on a per question basis. Thank you.